Here's Claire.
Claire Ashman, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thanks
How are you?
thanks for coming in. Of course, as the voiceover, there's a TEDx talk today, but we've got you,
Yes.
you're nice and early.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about, Browny. Browny
some
did-
of your, you're going to give us some of your gold, or don't keep your gold for later on this hour.
No, well, go ahead. Ask away.
What's Jonathan Lapalia like? No, I won't do that. The thing is, tell us about what was the name of your cult, firstly.
Well, it was the leader was called the Little Pebble, but it was
The Little Pebble.
the Little
Is
Pebble.
that a person?
Yeah, well,
The leader.
yeah, he was the leader, and he was going to be the last pope. I know. You can all laugh. It's okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
And what was the name of the actual cult?
Well, it was called the Order of Saint Charbel. He was trying to create a religious order as part of the Catholic Church, but the Catholic Church didn't want to have anything to do with it.
What era are we talking about? What years?
I was there from February 97 till August 2006.
How did you end up in a cult, Claire?
My ex-husband had this romanticised notion of living in a group that all dressed the same, thought the same, worked towards the same goal, and had an answer for the end of the world. Because at the end of the Bible, how they've got the Book of Revelations, and so it's all about chastisements and doom and gloom, but it's very open to interpretation. And so my ex-husband believed in these end of world, like he wanted to know more. And the Little Pebble seemed to have all these answers. And so that's what he wanted to live. That's where my ex-husband wanted to live. And then because I had been brought up as, that the men are the head of the house, and we never shared a bank account. I didn't have money of my own. And he literally sold the house from underneath us against my wishes. He sold the house and we moved up there in a matter of weeks. So I was forced into it. I didn't want to go.
How you were there? You were part of the cult though for what, 9 years?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, how did you? Was there times during your those 9 years where you were trying to get out, or were you all in?
No, I wasn't all in. I hated it on site. I never wanted to be there. Then in 2000, and then I thought, well, if I just give up part of my life for a little while, well, then my husband will see the sacrifice I've made and he'll want to move. Yeah, right. That never works. Just telling all you women out there, that never works. It doesn't. It just doesn't. In 2000, when I found out what he was doing, because he was getting 16-year-old girls pregnant, and I said to my husband, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to leave. And he said no. So I had no contacts, had no family, no money, nothing, so I couldn't do it.
How many people were in this cult, or were you living with?
At that time,
is it a community? It's like a little.
Yeah, there were 180 people living there at that time.
What is it, like a little farm or something?
Yeah, it's an old caravan park outside of Nowra. Now that's just what they call a mother house. There are other ones. There's 2 here in Victoria. There's a couple in Canada, a couple in Germany, one in the US, one in Dublin in Ireland. So, and people think that it has ended, like it's finished. There's no people there anymore. It's not happening because he went to jail, but it's actually still running.
Oh, how did you escape? Finally, how did you get out?
We ended up by getting an eviction notice, which I brought about by challenging his authority. So basically, I was writing letters to him, and because he wasn't living according to the rules of the Catholic Church, and so I just kept writing letters, and so they thought that I was trouble with a capital T, and they wanted to get rid of me. So that was good. I was happy with that.
Geez.
What's the name of your book? You're doing a TEDx talk, but what's the name of you've released a book?
Yes. So it's actually on Amazon as an ebook right now, and it's called Lessons from a Cult Survivor. And I'm printing next week. So,
And you wrote that book yourself?
I wrote that book myself.
Well, no, it's a bit different to your book. It's not ghostwritten much. Claire actually wrote it herself.
No, she's a major contributor to this. How's it all going? So the release will be very soon. It's going to be a great story.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe how popular, how many cults there are, though. Over 3,000 cults in Australia.
Yeah. Well,
What?
Really? Yeah. Well, they're also termed as new religious movements. So you have there's a lot, and they're not all dangerous. Don't think that, because the media tend to use the word cult, and everybody thinks, oh my God, it's automatic doom and gloom. But not always. It depends on what it is. So there's various new religious movements around.
Well, Sam,
Australia.
You were aware that you were in a cult, though, weren't you?
I didn't realise that until I actually read a book called The Beautiful Side of Evil. And when you think about that, is there a beautiful side to evil? And when I read that, I could see the parallels of where I was living. And then that was when I mentally separated myself, and I knew for sure.
We might be in a cult, Sam. We might be in a golf cult.
No, I thought you were going to say Nova.
Yes, we are definitely. That's why I got out on Friday night.
Lachlan,
Ran out the door.
Lachlan Murdoch makes me call him the little pebble. I think, things aren't good here. I don't know.
We're glad you got out, and I'm going to do this plug. TEDxMelbourne's The Great Unknown is on today at the Meat Market. Tickets at eventbrite.com.au.
What time are you speaking, Savo?
This afternoon about 4:45.
Get down there.
Right
it's going to
on.
be an interesting chat.
Claire Ashman,
Yes.
thanks so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Chrissie, Sam and Browny.